John Airy here with AinitCool.com, and I've already talked about Brave in this video right here. And I didn't want to give any spoilers at the time. I didn't want to ruin the movie for anybody. But now that the movie's out, I feel like I can talk about more of the reasons why I didn't like Brave and the problems I had with some of its storytelling. So if you don't want any spoilers on Brave, if you don't want to know any of the plot points or the big plot twist reveal thing, just go away right now. Just go. Okay, let's first talk about the story. The movie starts out with our main character, a young princess who, while on a family picnic, strolls into a forest by herself, where she encounters a magic sprite. Her family is then attacked by a giant bear, and her father loses his leg. We then fast forward a few years later, with the now teenage Celtic princess showing her bow and arrow skills. The character is established as an adventurer, a self-assured badass, who is more comfortable riding her horse than learning the ins and outs of becoming a lady from her mother. The family of the princess wants her to marry one of the young suitors competing for her hand in marriage from one of the three rival clans. She does not want to marry anyone, let alone one of these three yahoos, so she competes for her own destiny on the archery range. Her mother reinforces that tradition dictates that she has to marry one of these three guys, and it doesn't matter what she wants. Her destiny has already been spoken for. That's when the princess runs away and finds a witch who gives her a spell that can change her fate. Believing the spell will change her mother's mind about free will, the princess tricks her mom into eating a magic cake, and poof, mom is now a bear. Talk about irony. Her dad hates bears. The rest of the movie, the princess has to protect her mom from her father and the rival clans who have gathered at the castle to see her betrothed. All the talk of destiny and free will is just hollow. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't amount to anything. It's just a way to get the characters from point A to point B. It's what Alfred Hitchcock called a MacGuffin. A MacGuffin is a plot device that moves the story along. It can be something tangible like money, or a valuable object, or a character's goal like victory, glory, and survival. Although it factors into the story, it's not the main point of the story. In Star Wars, R2-D2 could be considered a MacGuffin, as both Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker desire to find the robot, and that leads them on a collision course early in the story. Let's put the theme of destiny to the MacGuffin test. What if we were to swap out the princess's desire to have free will over her life with another theme? Maybe the first act of the story is how the princess wants the people of the village to respect animals more. Or maybe she wants her mother to have a more favorable outlook on saving the environment. Or perhaps the first act could be all about family values and the need for children and parents to spend more quality time together. Instead of, I want to change my fate, and not have to marry a suitor from a rival clan, the princess could easily ask for a spell that makes people not be so mean to animals, or gives people a healthy respect for the environment, or gets my family to spend more time with me. The witch could have given her the same magic cake, and we could have had the same outcome. All the storyteller needs is reason for the mother and daughter to have a conflict. The theme that's presented in the first act is ultimately inconsequential to the plot. Talk of free will and destiny is just an avenue to get the mother turned into a bear. Imagine the scene in the Great Hall closer to the end of the movie, where the princess begins to succumb to the wishes of the clans and her family, and she agrees to marry one of the suitors. Her mother, positioned in the back of the hall, posing as a stuffed bear, communicates to her through sign language that she shouldn't marry if she doesn't want to, and people should decide their mates for themselves. What a nice feel-good moment. But what if the moment was not about free will, and instead about cutting down the forest for economic development? The princess could have been like, okay, you want to cut down the forest? If it creates peace between our warring clans, I'm okay with it. And the mom, after living in the forest as a bear, could try and change her mind the same way. The theme doesn't matter to the story here. It's just used to get the characters where they need to go. There's some other stuff in the movie that I didn't like either. Like at the beginning, why would the big mean magic bear stop attacking the family? I mean, he killed everyone in his own kingdom. Why would the dad putting up a fight really stop him? Also, the witch never delivered the wooden bear knickknacks that she sold to the girl with the spell. She promised next day delivery. And the witch just takes off, never to be seen again. And how does no one in this place know that magic exists? The head of a rival kingdom was turned into a bear and murdered his entire tribe. These are just some of the secondary things that don't make sense to me about the movie, and I didn't like. But it has some good action, the animation is beautiful, and the characters are likable, especially the three brothers, who all get turned into bears themselves. So will kids really care about theme and plot holes and MacGuffins? Probably not. But the problems I had with the movie, they took me right out of it emotionally, and it was really hard to get me back in. But those are just my thoughts. You can leave your comments below and keep checking back in with ain'titcool.com for more news and reviews. I'm John Airy.